Hey kids, Grumpy Man here. Hope you're all doing well. It's March 26th, maybe? I don't know. So, gonna go for a little ride. Almost at 500 kilometers on the bike. I'll just give some of my opinions. Obviously, I'm pretty happy so far. I don't see how that would change, but let's roll. So it's a beautiful day today. It's gonna be like 20 degrees or something, and then you can see a lot of the snow since my last video. A lot of snow is gone. Last night we had an incredible thunderstorm, like at 3 in the morning. Yeah. It woke me up and I didn't go back to sleep, but that's a whole other thing. I'm taking a break. It's like, what time is it? 12:43. I'm taking a break from work just to get out on the bike because the next 4 days is going to be like torrential rain and like 8 degrees Celsius and possibly some snow flurries too. Just to be fun. I played with the angle of the GoPro for my last video. I think it was a bit low. We'll see. Still shooting 4K 60. Took 4 days, I think, for the last two resolutions to be processed, so the 1440p and the 4K, but I'm not a big channel, so I guess that's expected. Not the end of the world. My GPS wasn't working because the battery was dead, because it had been sitting for over a month. It was never really charged, and I guess it won't charge it from dead here, which I thought it would, but apparently not. So I've charged it, it's up to date. I don't have all the connectivity set on. Basically, I don't have any Bluetooth with the GPS yet, because that kind of messed up on that first ride. Every time an alert would come on this, like traffic or something, this was paired with the second channel on my headset, and it would just cut out and the music wouldn't come back. I'm always listening to music, so I decided just to leave it off for now. The main thing I want is that my phone is connected to the TFT, so I get my speed limit there, which is fine, and I can answer phones, which I don't like to do, but if it's one of my kids, that's pretty much the only thing that I answer. And I tested it and it's not bad. I do have earplugs, so, but for whatever, it works better than when on my last bike, when I tried to get everything to work. Okay, what are these guys doing? Yeah, that's quite the flood. Yeah, we had some drainage issues. There was you can see the puddles everywhere. We got a lot of rain yesterday, and the thunder really shook my house, like boom, like repetitive, like 3 in a row. It was crazy. And with the rain tomorrow, the city is doing a good job just trying to make sure that we're not going to have more problems tomorrow. We do have problems with flooding in this area. Not right here. Here is that's just runoff. But major flooding, we do have some issues on the lower areas of this little city. So I am getting used to this bike. Main thing for me to get used to was the clutch take up is right at the end instead of being more towards the middle. So which is normal. It's a new bike, you have to get used to it. But I am almost used to it. As for the rest, I love the seating position, especially if I ride properly and squeeze the bike with my legs. I'm not too sore. I'm a bit sore. My wrist is fucked up. I have carpal tunnel. But from the trips I've done, little trips I've done so far, I'm fine. Might have some water spraying here. I washed it. I got full of muck on a side road going to visit one of my friends. Besides that, I find the suspension not as stiff. I'm in road mode. I haven't tried dynamic for the suspension. I will try it, but I find it less stiff than my 2015. What else? Quick shifter, a lot smoother. The transmission in general is a lot smoother. I do feel the power. It's only 15 horsepower or 13 horsepower. I think it went from 125 to 143, something like that. And the torque went up a little bit too, but not like a hell of a lot. But you really do notice it, and I haven't gone much past 6,000. I'm still breaking it in, so I'm varying my speeds as best as I can, and I'm not really giving it like full throttle. I'm trying to be easy on the brakes too, but that you don't have that much control. So I've just been going on these nice little rides on secondary roads, which are, you know, max 90 kilometers an hour, which of course I may or may not go a little bit faster. The handling, I mean, the chassis is the same as the naked one, but the rake, the forks the geometry is slightly different. There's different tires too. These are Roadtech 8s. I never had those. But so far, yeah, and I haven't been really, I'm scrubbing in the tires. I forget how long you're supposed to scrub in tires for, but they should be almost done. Almost 500 kilometers, like I said, so we should be okay. I got myself some new gloves. These are Alpine Star SPZs. My trusty Revit. I don't know the name of them. I've had them for 10 years. Probably the first gloves I bought when I got back into motorcycling about 10 years ago. So I had spilled oil on them as well, and I tried to clean them, but you know, the oil was in there, so you can't. And every time I would go to move my visor, there'd be a big smudge mark. So I picked up these babies on sale at Pete's Supermoto here in Vaudreuil. Very, very cool shop. They don't have a lot of like tank bags and stuff, but their tire prices are on point. And if you do want leathers or rain suits, like most of the gear, I would say it's a great place to go. Their prices are really good, and of course there's always deals to be had on older or discontinued stuff. I don't really need any of that. My Revit suit is pretty good. My Day and Easy, my mesh one is still good. Of course all my colors don't match anymore, which is not because I have red, white, and red, white, black, just like my old bike. And this, well, I'm not gonna wear yellow gear, so my colors don't match well. If Fashion Magazine is having to take pictures of random motorcyclists, well, they're not gonna take my picture. So yeah, I really like this bike. And obviously any bike would kind of give me some pleasure, because I haven't been on for so long. But now I'm getting this is a really nice bike. It's the fit and finish is beautiful. When you wash it, you can see, like, I don't know, the wires are neat. Everything is neat on it. It's well, for the price you pay, you should have some fit. You should have some you know, nice fit and finish. Not that the other brands don't. I mean, I've been on Hondas, and yeah, they're pretty good. I haven't been on a new Honda. Besides, the last one I test drove was what? A Goldwing, the old Goldwing, the short version. And I need to get used to being on a bike. I tend to be speeding, like now, so I need to keep an eye on my speed. I could just imagine if I was on one of those 200 plus horsepower sport bikes. Although they don't have the torque like this. So, and torque is what you feel. And what's this saying? There's no replacement for displacement. So yeah, a nice, well, you could just give me a dirty look, the guy, like jaywalking. like middle of the day, like, and there's a pedestrian button there because there's an old folks home. So like, there's no excuse. But that's a common thing around here. Everyone fucking jaywalks in the middle of the street when there's an intersection where they could just cross. Where are we gonna go? I'm gonna try and not blather on forever, because I do want to put my music on and enjoy my ride. So yeah, I gotta get used to being on a bike and looking around. So I've been taking it easy. No close calls yet. Just gotta get back into that attitude that everyone wants to kill you. So any one of these cars going by, I in my head I say they all have a contract to kill me. And if it's a taxi, there's a 10 million bounty on my head, and that's pretty much kept me alive. I have a lot of commuting videos on my channel from my old bike and going downtown every day. Yeah, you have to really keep an eye out, especially in the early parts of the season, because people are really not used to seeing bikes around. Yeah, this is just a really nice bike, and that's why I knew I could buy it without. Again, didn't even see me until I honked. That guy didn't even see me. So illustrates my point I was just making. I couldn't have timed it any better. So yeah, I have zero complaints about the bike. The color is still growing on me. A few people have said it's a nice color. I believe them. I've seen the BMW cars in this, and I don't like it on the car. On this, For the deal I got on the bike, it wouldn't have been worth getting the blue, even though I really like the blue color. It would have been like $3-4 grand more, I think. So I don't care about it that much. And what am I planning on this now? Well, if all opens up, I'm planning on going to Calgary, actually. I have a nephew that I've done, he's probably in a couple of my videos, maybe. He moved out to Calgary, my nephew. He's 25, 26, carpenter. He has a Ninja 650. I think he still has it. I don't know if he rides out there. He's pretty busy. It's booming out there. Anyway, I'm planning on, if all goes well, I've never done cross Canada, so if COVID is not too bad, as in if the different variants that we're going through now don't hit too bad, I'm gonna try and do it. I don't think I want to do a speed run. I may do a speed run back home from there, but on the way there I'm going to try and find a semi. I mean, I don't want to take a week to drive out there either, but I'll find a semi-scenic route, like parts of the highway and then parts without too many stops. 2 cops. It's a lot of police for a minor traffic stop. Sorry. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I have to learn the pack light. I need to get some luggage, obviously. Well, do I? It would make my life a bit easier. I do have a big like duffel bag, like a dry bag, that I could strap to the back, but I think I'd rather have the hard luggage that I'm looking at. We'll see. Where are we going? Where did I say we're going? We'll go up there. Okay. I'll probably stop and turn off the GoPro at some point. Like I said, scenic Pencourt. So what else about this bike? Oh, wind protection's pretty good. I mean, it's all a trade-off. If I want wind protection, I could have just waited and got the new 2021 RT, but it's a lot more money, and it's a big-ass bike. It's 600. It's 120 pounds around, about 120 pounds heavier. So, and I don't know. I think it's a bit of an old man bike. Not that I'm a young guy anymore, but I think this is a perfect compromise. I have wind protection, so most of the wind is off me. I feel it a bit, like some turbulence on my chest a bit, but the main brunt is off. And my legs, for the most part, my knees are not really in the wind. They're tucked in right above, you can't really see on the camera, but right above the engine there's these plastic, black plastic little pieces. So you're kind of tucked in. Yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not like a regular, new bike video. I didn't cross shop much. I mildly looked at an FJR 1300. I think it's the, I'll open this a bit. I think the ES, so the electronic suspension model. But that would have been probably about the same money, but I would have had luggage. It comes with the saddlebags at least. It doesn't come with a top case. And it has cruise control. It has a motorized windscreen. The wind protection I know is pretty good. It's got, I think it's all LED lights now, so that's pretty cool. All the stuff that I kind of like. And yeah, I could have. Shaft drive, I guess, too. So all the good things. And it's a really good bike. But there's not really a Yamaha dealer around here anymore either. So not that my dealer's that close. It's a good half an hour. It's about half an hour. But that's probably the only one I kind of looked at. The other ones are all big touring bikes, and then a lot of naked bikes, but they wouldn't have the wind protection that I kind of wanted. So I have no buyer's remorse, is what I'm trying to say in 10,000 words there. So I'm heading towards Rigo. Just go up around Rigo and then come back through some of the little towns like St. Clet. Oh, a police truck. You don't see those often. F-150. Nice. They changed their color scheme. That's the provincial police. Here we don't have local police. It's all provincial police. We just actually passed the station. So I looked, and I honestly, I went to the dealer to look at the F900 XR. And then it would have been cheaper for sure, and they had a couple of actually mildly used ones. Or they were demo models. But from some of the reviews, they have a couple of little issues. But at that point, it was my 50th birthday, and I was like, I want to get something that I'm going to keep for a while. And I mean, my last bike I kept almost 4 years. This one, I'll be keeping it at least that, and then we'll see after that if my needs change. The only thing I think that would change if I was doing a lot of two-up. So if I happen to actually get a girlfriend, I should do a whole video on that, but not really the flavor of my channel. And I was doing a lot of two-up. Maybe I would look at that, something, but I'd get a bit more wind protection, that's about it. Luggage, I think it's the same, and I think my aftermarket shad bags are bigger than the RT bags anyway, if I looked at an RT. Oh, the RT, you don't need the sat nav anymore, it's built in. It has a 10.5-inch TFT screen, and it has full GPS built in, not just the turn by turn, which this one has, that you kind of like to have. You kind of need this. So that's about $1,000 right. That's $1,000 right there. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have a reason to change this. I think it's a good compromise. A good compromise is, and I'm not compromising anything that's too crazy. This is good in the city. The clutch is nice and light, so if you are stuck in traffic, it's not the end of the world. It's a good all-around bike. So was my last one. I had the only complaint I had was wind protection, and that wasn't really a complaint. That was just I made my choice and I bought the naked version of that bike. So, but yeah, it's I find it very flickable, but I'm not the biggest. Like, I think I'm a decent rider, but I'm not hardcore. The roads are so shit. I'm sure I've said this on my videos. I'm not the one going around the turnoffs for the highway and the clover leaves and stuff, like leaned over with like almost knee dragging. Every time I try and do that, there's like sand on the road, or there's something. It's, to me, it's, if I want to do that, I'll take it on the racetrack. Even the Harleys are out with their mustaches. So, I mean, I'll be doing different content with this year, I think. I'll be filming my little trips, and I'll try and keep them a bit shorter, I guess. As soon as we're a bit further ahead, I'm going to pull over and just stop the video. So, as for the electronics, I think I might have said this in the last one. There's a lot that I could do without. Do I like the digital dash? Yes. It's cool. I can flip it, and I can see, I can see the music that I'm playing. Obviously, I can switch tracks and stuff technically by just putting my, I have the Cardo Pack Talk, I think, bold maybe. I could just tap it on the side, or tap or click to change songs. So, and I think there's voice commands too I could use. So that's not really an issue, but to have it here, especially since I'm used to it in my car. So my car, I have a 2019 Mustang GT. It has Apple CarPlay. Well, it has Android Auto too, but I have an iPhone, and that is sweet. So if I do get a text message, I can just use voice. I can keep my eyes on the road. I don't even have to. And you have, your Spotify's integrated and everything. So having that on here, if you're used to it and you like the technology, sure. But I get it. There's some people that they would want a bike with just analog gauges and, no electronic suspension and stuff, no ride modes. But the ride modes is kind of built in now since you have ride-by-wire. I've said this, the biggest thing I needed was cruise control, wind protection, heated grips. I probably put on there because I do ride when it's cold. I'm not going to go out and ride if it's going to be pouring rain. I'll do it on purpose at least once this spring, once it warms up a bit, just to get used to the bike in like a full downpour on my local streets, just to get used to how it feels in the rain and what's the limits of it, when the ABS kicks in and the traction control and all that. I think everyone should do that. But I can get that. Part of motorcycling is that pure, the pure feeling, and we're getting away from it maybe a bit. I guess electric motorcycles, that will be the end of that, but everything evolves. And if you want an old bike, you can buy an old bike. I mean, geez, I looked on Auto Trader, and there's so many if you want an old bike. But that said, I have all the electronics. I like it. The suspension, I'm not going to touch it. Maybe if I have a passenger on my bike, which it should happen. I have at least one friend that wants to zoom around. She loves being on the back of the bike, but she doesn't weigh much, so I don't even think it makes a difference. But anyway, there's an auto setting for the preload. So what else? I don't know. But I think if you're in the price range of this bike, it depends. You could get a sport bike. I mean, for this price, you could get an S1000 RR. It has cruise control, it has heated grips. You're just leaned over a lot more. And in Quebec, you're going to pay almost $2,000 to run it with the plate, just for the plate, the registration. But I call it a sport touring bike because it's not that hardcore. What else? Seat's really good. The seat's huge. I find it bigger. I find I have a lot more room. I'm only on the front half of it. I like that they put there's the aluminum here in the middle of the tank, and there's a little piece of plastic down in the bottom where I guess that would be where the zipper would rub or something. So I don't know if I'm going to need to put a little protector on that. So what accessories do I need? I need to get a tank bag, but I need to try it because I don't. The one I want is the one I had on the last bike, which was a GV, and it has, you take out some screws of the fuel filler and you put this ring and it clicks on. So there's no straps, so you're not scratching your paint. And obviously magnetic won't work on this bike because it's plastic, it's aluminum, and there's plastic side covers. The tank is plastic, it's inside. It's not a steel gas tank. So you can't use one of those nifty magnetic ones, which really are awesome. I had them on my older bike. So I want a little tank bag. I've got the wiring kit to put a USB plug right to the battery, but it has the I think it's called an SAE adapter, the 2-prong, and I have my trickle charger for the winter, which has the same connector. So it's just I can keep her nice and charged. So I need to get a tank bag and I need to get the luggage. I would like to get a slip-on pipe, but I don't want a black pipe. I want a silver pipe. And that seems to be hard to find. The only one so far that I found is the one from the Akropovich. You know what I'm saying? They make the silver one, the HP one from BMW. But they're like $1,000 for a slip-on. So I'm gonna live with the big ugly chrome muffler for now. So yeah. I think I'm going to pull in the gas station here and I'll just say adios. Just a little bike, so just a little video. So all that just to say that I'm very happy. It's a great bike. If you were in the market for one of these, I strongly suggest that you buy it. Sweating. Whew. Yeah, it's a great bike. Click subscribe and all that if you like the video. If there's any particular questions you have about the bike or something you want me to show you, put that in the comments and I can film it. Whatever you want to see. As I put accessories, I'll do videos like I've done, so I think that's helpful to people. I'm just going to take both my gloves off. So, have a great day, stay safe, and thanks for watching.